What's going on, y'all? I got a solution here for circuit board price in C++. First things first, I need to get some variables. So I'm going to create a few float variables. This one is called profit percent. And that's going to be set equal to 56%. All right, and then the next variable is going to be the cost. And that's going to be set equal to 25.56. And these are just random numbers that I'm picking out here. You guys, you can change them as you see fit. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is process some information. So I got these two variables and I'm using them as input since I'm inputting them manually. And the next variable I'm going to create is underneath this process area, which is basically a calculation area. And it's still part of this declaration right here. As you can see, I got a comma here. And then so I'm just going to create another variable here. It's going to be called selling price, and that's going to be set equal to the cost multiplied by the profit percent, and that entire statement is going to be added to the cost. All right, so make sure to put these if these parentheses on here, you need to be careful with the order of operations. So make sure you have that there. If you put the parentheses if you don't put the parentheses there, then it's gonna read it from left to right. So it's gonna multiply first and then add the cost. It's not like right to left so it's always left to right. So just adding that double parentheses there would help kind of help you in that sense. All right, so the next thing I need to do is output some information, and I use the cout statement, put a line break, and the end L basically means end line, and it just goes to the next line. All right, I have to put another end L at the end, and then in between there, I'm just going to put some information, basically just output the information back to the user. So I'm going to say profit equals $, angle brackets, and then what's the profit? The profit is, we'll just say profit percent multiplied by 100, and that's going to be, put a percent sign there, and then end L. All right, what happened here? Why did this turn? Okay, there we go. The next thing we're going to output is the cost. Set that equal to cost and L, and then set this equal to the price. Selling price. Like so. All right, that should be good there. Let me just let me clean this up real quick. All right, something like that. Okay, so this right here, this is basically changing the profit. So this is actually a percentage, right? So it's supposed to be 56%, right? But inside the program, you have to put it as a decimal, right? Because there's probably a function to turn it, but at this point, it's just kind of being beginner level. So in order to turn it into a percentage, like a readable percentage, we have to multiply it by 100, right? And then later on, if the user enters the actual percentage like 56, then we need to calculate it, like you say in this statement here, we need to turn it into a decimal. So to do that, you have to divide it by 100 to turn it into a decimal. All right, so that's that there. Let's go ahead, and next thing I need to do is compile this and run it to see that the program does what it does. So on the left hand side here, I'm going to open up the Explorer right here on top of the file that I'm using that has this information in it. I'm going to right click, open integrated terminal. There's a terminal on the bottom. So if you see right here, there's this folder right here, or directory, is called C++ programming, and my file is inside there. Same thing here. So make sure that your directory right here is the folder that your program is in. So you can check that the program is in there by hitting ls, and basically that means list, and it'll list all the files that are inside that particular folder. So this is the file that I'm looking for. So I'm in the right place. C++ to compile, and then put the file name, enter. All right, and then at this point, I want to run the program, so I'll say ./a.out, hit enter. All right, and there's the information printed back to the user.